growing up, I always imagined myself being um, a movie director, a writer, maybe even an actor. Someone who aids in the creative output of something that's meaningful for others. Another sort of thing I used to want to do was this fantasy of this scientist, just in the lab cooking up something that will really impact people's lives, make their lives better, and my name would be slapped onto the patent or something. Those are the sort of dreams I had when I was younger. Then these sort of dreams end up flush down a toilet, like when you're older. I remember I used to like draw a lot. I used to write a lot of poetry in high school, but it didn't take long for the zeros to start coming in. Thinking about, don't know how Tony Stark, basically Elon Musk or whatever, doesn't really translate into grades, does it? So I felt like I just had to like cut off my interest in such things, just dull in my life. I just whipped myself into the mode of what I believed the corporate person is supposed to be, because that's where the money was, and that's all that mattered, is your ability to make money. And if you sit around thinking about cartoons all day or movies all day, you're gonna be a bum. So I did that. Very miserable time. Yeah, those were the things that made me me. So during that time, I was much more irritable. I was very not depressed, not depressed. I was very sad a lot of the time because I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. So yeah, as I got into university, going down this same corporate path, I decided to take a look on what sort of people were at the top of the organizations that I so richly wanted to work at. So yeah, and what turned out was really funny. A bunch of the stuff that traditionally would be associated with childhood, like creativity and a genuine wish to help out your fellow man. Like adult life is often portrayed as a dog eat dog thing. Take care of your own, and everyone else can suck it, I guess. But like, yeah, there's more to it, and it turns out a lot of the stuff that made me that I killed off from my teenagehood are actually things that can make someone valuable within the tech world. Yeah, I'm doing computer science. So yeah, here are two figures who I think embody these traits. So first of all, we have Steve Jobs. Yeah, Steve Jobs, he was sort of this mystic monk dude who walked around, I don't know, huge corporation offices in like slippers. Like not exactly the type of person you'd believe would be venerated within the tech community. But he is. He is. And the way he lived out his life, his individuality, his sort of originality, his own personality that he had, that's exactly what was valued most about him. Steve Jobs wasn't the best programmer, he wasn't the best speaker in the world, but his eye for design, for simple interfaces, simple products for users wasn't appreciated in the world of computing. He brought that into play. And yeah, he really embodied himself, and his embodiment of himself is exactly what made other people value him. You know, looking at it that way, I didn't really have to sacrifice who I was. I would just be myself, and The world would just have to deal with the negatives. I would just have to deal with the negatives. But more importantly, the world would reap the positives. And I would reap the positives of being myself. So I really liked his way of doing things. It was always creative. It was always fluid and not mechanic, as I would associate the corporate world with. Yeah, another figure who inspired me within the tech world was Elon Musk. Yeah, so Elon Musk, of course, he has a lot of money and all that. We all know the Elon Musk thing, but a part of him that I've always been intrigued by is his love for fiction. You know, like if you ever watch an Elon Musk interview, you'll notice his references to stories, books, movies, even his product launches. Like his recent product launch was straight out of iRobot. But like this same like nerdy, very interested in sci-fi and sci-fi characters, ended up translating well in his life. It's again another thing that makes him unique, especially here in Zambia. I don't know. You have these quirky interests. Yeah, I know, quirky interests. But if you alienated sometimes, again, you look at what people will say about you going forward, being a grown up, being into this sort of stuff. But look at how it turned out for him. Like, I really have a theory that this dude just modeled his life after Tony Stark or something, even featured in the movies. Like, come on. But yeah, he's unabashedly himself. He's a bit of a weirdo, he's into weird stuff, but it ends up being a strength. He's like the most relatable billionaire, and that's what makes him even more popular, because a lot of young people see themselves in him. It's sort of this thing where you have to be yourself, but not yourself in like the laziest way you could do it, but in a way that profits others. That's the whole point of work and all that, is the fact that you want to eventually, you know, have money, being able to take care of yourself. The point isn't just to go to school and just drone on and listen to what they say. That might work, but you will have missed out on the adventure of your life, which is your destiny, the stuff you are born with, who you are supposed to be. So yeah, the main part is the fact that you have to provide value. Learning how to provide value is critical in all realms of life, and school is just setting you up in a way that you are able to provide value, or are able to learn how to procure the skills that will allow you to provide value. So yeah, just doing that, being yourself, it's not easy. Simple, but it's not easy. You just have to be yourself at the end of the day. Just the one person you can't escape is yourself before you sleep. So yeah, just stay yourself. Problem solving comes in where you have to figure out, a sort of intersection between yourself, your identity, and what others need. Yeah, and how to do that in a way where you don't compromise on yourself or on the quality of work you provide for others. So yeah, not easy, not easy. Just some sentiments. Thank you for your time, and yeah, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.